So going all in on what you do. And I feel like it's really one of the most important things you can do, right? So the way I look at it is like when I left my job, my engineering job, I went all in on real estate investing, right? And it was real estate investing was the only option. It wasn't like I'll do this and then if I fail, I'll go back to engineering, right? Like when I made the switch, it was this is what I'm doing and that's that, right? Like we forgot about engineering. Like I literally looked for my diploma to burn it like as a mental like thing to just tell myself that everything else I'm throwing in the trash. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing moving forward. And I think it's so important, right? And the reason like why I say that, like everyone's like, oh, you're gonna burn it. Literally, I couldn't even find my diploma, so I couldn't burn it. So it's okay. And I'm pretty sure colleges, you give them like $100, and anyway, you'll get your another diploma. It doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is when you go into something knowing that you have an option B that's way easier, way simpler, all these other things, then as soon as the thing you're going to do, which right now, real estate investing, right? As soon as it gets hard, as soon as things get difficult, as soon as you see you have to work way harder, right at the beginning, you're not making nearly as much money, right? Because you're pretty much starting from zero. Like, as soon as all that happens, it's so easy to give up and go back to an easy paycheck, health insurance, all the golden handcuffs, right? It's so easy to go back to that. That's why, like, when I made the switch, it was, I don't care what I have to go through. I don't care if I gotta, like, live in that car. Like, I don't care if I gotta sell everything. Like, it doesn't matter. This is what I'm doing, and I'm not going back to doing that because going back to engineering, to me, is I failed. And I failed, not that I failed, but I gave up, right? That's the thing. It's like I gave up because it's one thing when you fail, you learn, and then you take what you learned and go further, right? That's one thing, right? And that's one way of doing it. But the other way of doing it is just, oh, I failed, now I'm just going to go back to engineering, right? I would never do that, ever, right? Because I've seen people that have quit engineering or whatever job they were doing, whatever career. They started a business, it didn't work out, and then they just went back to work. And that was it, right? They failed. That's just failure right there, right? And there's they not failure, they just gave up, right? They didn't like fail, learn some stuff, and then try to do it again with all the stuff that they learned, right? They just gave up, which I think is terrible. And I also saw people that gave up engineering and didn't have the perfect plan, but they made it work. And now I can think of 2 or 3 or 4 guys that are super, super successful. And I know for a fact that they are super successful because when they decided to leave that engineering career or whatever golden handcuff career they had, they left that and they said that they're going to go all in on what they're doing now. And no matter what, they're going to pull through it and figure it out, no matter how terrible it is, right? Because they went all in. They never had that like plan B, that option B of I'll just go back to my corporate job, right? So to me, I think it's so important because it really irritates me when you have a conversation with people and they're like, oh, well, if it doesn't work out, you can just go back to engineering. No. That's as simple as that. No, right? And I think if you're going to win, if you're going to be successful with any of that, you have to have that mindset that I'm doing this and I'm going to succeed, period. Not, I'm gonna do this, and if it doesn't work, well, I can just go do that other thing again, right? Because I don't think you'll ever be successful. But that's just how I think, and by no means am I successful to tell you if this has worked or not. But I guarantee you, in a few years, it will work when there's Lambos and all this crazy shit behind me. But that's just from having the mentality of going all in, right? So I hope this video made sense, and I hope it kind of let you kind of understand my thinking and got you see my awesome hat. Oh, and today I got a sweet shirt on too in America. But anyway, hope you have a great night.